Hello everyone, I'm Akash Srivastav and I'm here with a very interesting topic for our Law Wednesday session. For today's Law Wednesday session, we are going to discuss about maintenance law in India. So you must be wondering why exactly maintenance law in India right now. So there are two things. First of all, there's a lot of buzz being created right now related to alimony and maintenance. We will be discussing why. And the second is that when we talk about all the law entrance examination, this is one of the most favorite topic when we talk about family law. Whenever we talk about CLAT, whenever we talk about SLAT or other examination, this one particular topic, they usually do ask. So we need to cover both what exactly is the current news and what exactly this particular law is from the law point of view. Okay, so let's start. So as you can see my screen that this Mr. Hakimi divorce story is very much getting popular these days. So everyone is aware of this. If you're not aware, we will be discussing that. And through this, we would be discussing why exactly maintenance law is important in India. So first of all, the buzz is that Moroccan soccer player Ashraf Hakimi got married to Hiba in 2020. The couple had been living together for the past 3 years. They had two children also. In this case, after 3 years of married life, the wife Hiba approached the court for divorce. So this is the case, and he sued for half of football player Hakimi's property, money and jewelry as alimony. So she sued for half of the property and as an alimony. What exactly alimony is, what exactly maintenance is, we will be discussing in this session. But what happened in this session that created a lot of buzz is, in this case, Hakimi has registered all the property, house, money, jewelry and car bought in his mother's name instead of his name. So this is one of the most important thing that happened in this case, that all the property that was of Mr. Hakimi, he had registered his property in his mother's name. Also, he played football and kept the money from that in his mother's bank account only. As a result, it is said that he does not have to pay any property. He did not have any property or spare money to give it to his wife Hiba. So this is the news that is very much getting popular. So you can expect one of the question related to maintenance or alimony in the examination also. So you need to be very much aware what exactly alimony is, what exactly maintenance is, and what are the different laws, or when we talk about India, when we talk about other different religions, what are the exact law in this aspect. So we will be discussing that. So first of all, it is very important for everyone to get aware what exactly is the difference between alimony and maintenance, because when we talk about these two terms in India, usually it is used interchangeably. So the first of all, the meaning is that financial support that a person is ordered by a court to give to their spouse during separation or following divorce. So this is one of the most important thing that you need to understand, the difference between alimony and maintenance, that when we talk about alimony, it is given to the spouse during separation or following a divorce. But when we talk about maintenance, financial support provided for a person's living expenses or no matter. So when we talk about maintenance, it can be given to a wife after divorce, divorce, or before that, or it may also be given to parents also, to children also. They also can claim maintenance. So this is the major difference between alimony and maintenance. How to be paid? Alimony is usually paid one time, but when we talk about maintenance, it is either paid monthly, quarterly, or yearly. When it is given alimony after divorce, everyone should be aware of this. And when we talk about maintenance, it is not necessary that it needs to be paid only after divorce. It can be paid before divorce also, when we talk about from wife's point of view. The fourth one is that mode of payment, it can be given in lump sum cash or in the form of property also. So when we talk about the property wala point, this is the difference between alimony and maintenance. But when we talk about maintenance, it can be paid in form of cash or kind, but not property. So this is the difference between alimony and maintenance. I hope everyone got to know how exactly in which particular case we need to use what. And when we talk about today's world, everyone is aware. सबको पता रहता है कि alimony और maintenance में difference क्या है. But when we talk about from the law point of view, you should be aware of this. So now discuss other pointers. So when we talk about maintenance, who can claim maintenance, when can it be claimed? The major point of consideration will be majorly four. The first one is that relationship of husband is and wife should be proved. So it should be one of the important points that you will have to prove. But when we are talking about maintenance, we are excluding as of now for children, for dependents, for parents. We are only talking about wife. So in this case, first of all, you need to establish a relationship, that there was a relationship of husband and wife in this case. The second is that she must be unable to maintain herself. Why? Who can claim maintenance? Only the person who is unable to maintain. The third point is that her husband must be having sufficient means. So as we discussed the case of Mr. Hakimi, we got to know that the person should have sufficient means. So if he do not have any particular property, he do not have any particular money, then you can't claim maintenance from him, you can't claim alimony from him. So in this case, the husband must be having sufficient means is one of the most important point. And the last one is, it should be proved that the husband has neglected or has refused to maintain wife. So if all the 3 pointers are there, but the 4th pointer is not there, he's able to maintain, he's saying that I will maintain, and he's doing so, then you can't claim maintenance. But it should be proved that the husband has either neglected or refused to maintain wife. So when we talk about maintenance, all the 4 pointers need to be there. That is, first of all, you need to establish the relation of husband and wife. You need to prove before the court of law. Then she must be unable to maintain herself. When we talk about whether she is unable to maintain herself, there can be a number of consideration also. When we talk about what exactly maintenance or unable to maintain mean, then she should have a decent standard of living, whatever she experienced before divorce. So if she was living with her husband and she were just living a decent standard of living, or she had one kind of standard of living, then when we talk about maintenance, husband needs to provide such amount or such money or property that could provide the same amount of standard of living. The third point is that husband must be having sufficient means. So this, as I said, that this is one of the most important point when we talk about maintenance. And the last one is, it should be proved that the husband has neglected or refused to maintain wife. So these are the 4 points of consideration that needs to be taken care of while we are talking about maintenance. So now let's move forward. So one important point, the general law that is applicable to everyone, whoever is residing in India as a citizen, is section 125 of CRPC that talk about maintenance to wives, children and parents. So this particular provision is covering everything. They're covering maintenance to wife also, children also, parents also. And there are 5 clauses in detail. They have provided how it can be claimed, who can claim, and what are the conditions attached to it. And it is applicable to everyone irrespective of their religion. So when we talk about there n number of religion, person belonging to n number of religions reside in India. So they may be Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Sikhs, n number of religions. So it is applicable to everyone. If you want to take this particular law into consideration, if you want to use this particular law, then you can do so. And the second law that covers the law of maintenance or alimony is the Protection of Women from Domestic Violence Act 2005. Section 20 talks about it. So let's discuss in detail. So, as I said that this was the general law applicable to everyone, but when we talk about the religion-specific laws, so different laws have been defined for different religion. So there are separate laws for separate religion, and these laws are influenced by their custom and belief. So why exactly we say that? As we all know that India is a secular country. So the government will not interfere in the religion of yours. Whatever you are practicing, you are free to practice. This is what the motto of India is, that they will not interfere. So when we talk about maintenance, when we talk about maintenance to wife, so it's basically is more dependent upon the custom. So how exactly you practiced your custom, how exactly it has been in past. So it will be majorly dependent on that. And when we talk about the current laws also, it is framed on that basis. So there is one particular universal law for all the citizens of India, that is section 125 of CRPC. But there are laws, religion specific laws, that we are going to discuss in today's session also. So the first one is Hindu maintenance law. So which 2 laws talks about maintenance to Hindu wife. So the first one is Hindu Adoption Maintenance Act 1956. And the second one is maintenance under Hindu Marriage Act 1955. So there are 2 sections under Hindu Marriage Act, that is section 24 and 25. Section 24 talks of interim maintenance. So while the suit is going in a court, case is pending in a court, till on in whatever a wife needs in that period, that will be known as interim maintenance, that need to be provided by husband or wife. And one important thing related to Hindu Marriage Act is that both husband and wife can claim this particular amount. So if husband is not able to maintain himself, then he can claim from wife, and if his wife is not able to maintain herself, then she can claim from husband. And section 25 is talking about permanent alimony and maintenance. So it is if the court have decided that wife is not able to maintain herself or husband is not able to maintain herself, then in that case they can order permanent alimony or maintenance. So this is the second provision. This is all related to Hindu law, but one important thing related to Hindu law is that ground for maintenance under Hindu law. So there are various grounds that need to be taken into consideration. The first one is husband has deserted her or has willfully neglected her. So when we talk about the basic pointers that we discussed initially, the 4 major pointers we discussed, but when we talk about Hindu law specifically, so these are the pointers that needs to be taken into consideration if you are using the Hindu law. The first one is husband has deserted her or is not living with her or has willfully neglected her. The second point is husband has treated her with cruelty. So when we talk about cruelty, that wide or broad definition is provided under law. So if the husband is treating her wife with cruelty, then she can claim maintenance. The third is husband is suffering from virulent form of leprosy or venereal disease or any other infectious disease. So if he is suffering from any disease that is infectious in nature, then also wife can claim maintenance. Fourth point is husband has any other wife living. So if there's any wife living along with the current wife, then wife can claim maintenance. The fifth point is husband keeps the concubine in the same house as the wife resides, as he habitually resides with the concubine as well. So if he's keeping a concubine either in the house or somewhere else, then in that case also wife can claim maintenance under Hindu law. The next point is husband has ceased to be a Hindu by conversion to any other religion. So, for example, if husband converts to any other religion, in that case also wife can claim maintenance. And the last one is any other cause justifying her separate living. So, if she is living separately and there is any other cause, then in that case also she can claim maintenance from his husband. So, these are the points that needs to be taken into consideration while we are talking about maintenance under Hindu law. Let's move ahead and talk about other religions. So when we talk about Muslim maintenance law, the concept of nafka is there. So nafka basically means that husband needs to provide with all the necessities that a wife requires. And there are two laws. One is the older law, that is Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Divorce Act, and the new act, that the latest act, is Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Act. So section 3 and section 5 talks about that husband needs to provide maintenance to his wife, but there are few grounds in which wife will not be able to claim maintenance. Husband is liable to maintain his wife in every case. Wife loses the right to maintenance in following circumstances. So these are the circumstances that in which wife cannot claim maintenance. The first one is she is minor, incapable of consummation. So in this case, she can't claim maintenance. Second point is refuse free access to the husband at all reasonable times. If husband wants to be with her, or he wants to stay with her and she is not agreeing to that, then in that case she will not be liable to get the maintenance. This third point is disobedient. Again, the definition of disobedience is provided in the law. So if she is acting as in a disobedient manner, then again she will not be liable to claim maintenance. The next point is never visited his house. So if she is married to him and never visited his house, in that case she cannot claim maintenance. Next one is refuses to cohabit with him without reasonable excuse. If the husband is saying to live along with him, wife is denying that fact, then she cannot claim maintenance. And the next one is abandoned conjugal home without reasonable reasons. So she is not accepting the fact that she can live with her and do all the activities and the tasks that needs to be done by a wife. In that case, she will not be able to get the maintenance. Next one is deserts him. So if she leaves the husband and goes somewhere else, or to somewhere's home, or to come back to his to her home, own home, in that case also she cannot claim maintenance. And the last one is elope with another person. So if she have a relationship with any other person, in that case also she cannot claim maintenance. So these are the grounds. So when we talk about the general law under Muslim law, general law is saying that wife is liable to wife can claim maintenance from his husband in every case. But when we talk about in which all case she cannot claim maintenance, so these pointers will be taken into consideration. Let's move to the other religion. So when we talk about Christians, so section 36 to 38 of Indian Divorce Act will be applicable. 36 is talking about the interim maintenance, and when we talk about section 37, it's talking about the permanent alimony of maintenance. It is very much similar to Hindu Act that we discussed. So section 24 of Hindu Marriage Act is very much similar to section 36 of Indian Divorce Act. However, section 36 of Indian Divorce Act differs in the respect that the maintenance, pendical light and interim maintenance can only be claimed by the wife and not by the husband. As I said in Hindu Marriage Act, that maintenance, that the interim maintenance can be claimed by either husband or wife. But when we talk about the Indian Divorce Act, as it is applicable to Christian law, only a wife can claim interim maintenance and husband cannot. And when we talk about the section 37, that is talking about the permanent alimony and maintenance, is very much similar to section 25 of Hindu Marriage Act. When we talk about the another religion is Parsi religion, section 39 and 40 of the Parsi Marriage and Divorce Act 1936 is very much similar to section 24 and 25 of Hindu Marriage Act. So whatever was mentioned under Hindu Marriage Act in section 24 and 25, it will be applicable. It's very much similar to Parsi Marriage and Divorce Act section 39 and 40. So this was related to laws of different religions. So now let's discuss when which particular law will be applicable if there is a conflict. So under which law one should go? So when we talk about CRPC, that is a universal law. When we discuss about Hindu Marriage Act, when we talk about the Muslim Act, when we talk about Christian and Parsi Act, which laws will be applicable? So it would depend upon the person who is going to court. If he or she wishes to go through any particular religion-specific laws, then they can go so. If they want to take the benefit of the universal law, then also law is not restricting them. They can take the benefit of that also. So the overall in today's session, we discussed that when we talk about maintenance alimony, so in Indian context, there is universal law that will be applicable. And when we talk about religion-specific laws, that is also there. So through both the routes, one can claim maintenance, one can claim alimony, and there are few laws that is not only given to wife, benefit to wife, it is also providing benefit to husband also. So you should take this into consideration. This piece of information will be very much relevant from the exam point of view also, and from the layman points of view also, that you need to know what exactly is happening in today's world, as Mr. Hakimi's divorce story is creating a lot of buzz. So I hope the session was informative enough, guys, and you got to know a new thing today, new thing about law that may be relevant from layman's point also and from exam point of view also. Thank you. Have a nice day.